AFTV stood here with Flex outside the MetLife Stadium, right? And it's getting dark now, but it was dark for Arsenal today, losing 2-0 to Manchester United. What do you make of the game, Flex?
I think Ten Hag did exactly what you said. He did his best impression of Mikel Arteta. We were on the front foot, we were aggressive, we were passing out from the back. I could see the Arteta pattern in there. So maybe you was right. Maybe he is trying to copy Arteta, because I saw a lot of things that are synonymous with Arsenal today from our performance. But
we were copying. Gabriel was copying Harry Maguire.
Well, he don't play for us no more. You know what I mean, really. So but no. I said we're not MLS All Stars. I said I fancied us. I said I think we'll be at it. And where obviously you guys were really confident and stuff and kind of dismissing us, I said don't do that. Do that at your own apparel. That's why me and KG were confident to a certain extent in that preview that we did, because this is another section under Eric Ten Hag. He's got the players buying into what it is, and I feel like in the press conference before you guys came and met us yesterday, he said to us there's no such thing as a pre-season between Arsenal and Man United, and I feel like we played that game with that in mind, and I feel like Arsenal were
friendly.
Yeah, they were like, let's just. It's almost like they said, "Oh, we'll take it all easy. Yeah, we just want to get through this." We're like, "No, we're not on that, mate. We want to win."
Which is kind of unusual, because most of what I've liked about Arsenal under Arteta in recent times is that they haven't been playing like that. But today they did look like they were playing in that way.
Very passive and mistakes. Like, look, we scored 2 goals, and the second one where Sancho does score, it's a good finish. But what led to that with Gabriel, completely miskicking it, and then Bruno cutting in and Ramsdale happened floppy wrist. That's not the Arteta standard. That shouldn't be happening from an Arsenal perspective. But I feel like we did force you into mistakes. I felt like there was a good foothold in the game where Anthony should have scored first really early. And then I think it's Martinelli. It was like a double save from Tom Heaton. But then after that, it was all us. We were defending really high. Martinez was in on people. Ketia couldn't turn. Havertz weren't doing nothing. Odegaard couldn't get no joy. And I have to say, man, listen, all the talk's been about Declan Rice, and rightly so, such a big signing. But just on today's first 45 minutes, we got a youngster called Kobbie Mainoo, mate, in central midfield, and I thought he held his own against what it could be a really dangerous midfield trio of Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard. And that kid was brilliant. He was intercepting, he was calm on the ball, didn't get rushed by any of your players trying to get the ball off him. He was involved in the build-up for the goal. And Sancho, I want to talk about him. I'm one of his biggest critics. I'm not going to act and say Sancho's been the truth since he's been at Man United, because he hasn't. But today, as a false nine, which has been an issue because we haven't got a striker at the moment, to keep Gabriel and Saliba just on their toes and coming off the front, nice little touches, skipping away from people, scores a great goal. Because one thing is Gabriel messing up at the halfway line, but the other bit is he's quick. Yeah. And if you mess up your touch on the way back, he can probably get back and nick it. Kept his composure and fired it into the roof of the net. So Sancho played really, really well as well.
Yeah, no, it was a good performance by Man United. Let's talk about the actual attendance and the stadium. I mean, absolutely incredible. The amount of 83,000 fans there, even split of United and Arsenal
all
fans. All mixed in.
I
was sat with a load
Should we throw that at the Emirates?
No. I don't think it'll work. 2-0 down, I don't think it will work.
Although there was a fight. One man got cleaned out, mate. There was a little bit of a scuff.
It was all mixed. I mean,
It is isolated.
I'm looking on this flicks and I'm thinking it is going to happen one day, innit? There's going to be a competitive game somewhere like this.
Yeah, I mean, look how football's growing outside of England. We've seen that in Saudi Arabia. We saw it a little bit with China. We're seeing it in the MLS. Oh my God, look what's happening there. So there's no reason why that won't happen. Now, obviously, for us as UK fans, it'd be a pain in the arse for the managers. They don't want to be travelling to America in the middle of the season, but the NFL do it, the NBA
that's what I'm thinking. I mean, listen,
money talks.
I don't know. I don't think it would go down well with the fans.
It would not.
In the UK.
And the teams and the managers, and they don't want to do that.
And I don't think, I'm really, as much as I love coming here and I do think that the fans in England, they pay the season ticket and that, but for somehow I just see with these sort of crowds and what's going on, it's going to happen one day. I mean, like you said, the NFL do it, the NBA are doing it. I mean, And we know the Premier League are looking at it and seeing the amount
Wrestling,
of money they're making.
I know it's not the same thing, but WWE does it. Like, you know what I mean? They bring it around the world, and football's expanding as a brand, and we're knowing that it's becoming more of a brand, a more marketable brand, and the money that's been brandished in football is stupid. So, whereby we think there's nothing like the Super League that could happen, look at the Champions League, it's going to increase. Do you know what I mean? So, football's changing, man. There's going to be something significant that's going to change the way that it looks. Just quickly though, just from an Arsenal perspective though, because we kind of went away from that Arsenal.
No, I was
thing
coming back to it. Don't worry, I'm coming back.
There was a couple.
I'm coming back because
how do you feel like?
But I'll address
a couple of little passengers in there.
I'll actually address that when I do your. I'll actually address that when I do your one. But what I was coming back to say is, based on what you've seen today, who's going to finish higher in the league this coming season? Because friendlies are friendlies, whether unfriendly, friendly, they are a bit more experimental. You know what I mean? You change your old team at half time. After a while, we change our old team. It's a different game, right? Who's going to finish higher when it comes down to the business of the league?
Well, I said to you, didn't I? When Cecil asked me, I said I think we'll finish third and you'll finish fourth. Or we could finish second and you finish third. Whatever it is, I think we'll finish one place above you or above you somehow. It's not to say it will happen. It's going to be tight. I think Arsenal are going to be up there. I don't buy into, as much as I have the banter and that, I don't buy into Arsenal are going to implode and do nothing and fall off. And last season was just a fluke and they're going to be out of the Champions League. I don't think that, but I do think it's going to be a lot tougher for Arsenal this year. With the likes of Liverpool are going to be back at it. I think we're going to kick on and improve. You never know what Chelsea are going to do. It's probably a little bit too soon for them. Newcastle are a pest that kind of won't go away. Look at who Villa are buying. You never know. Could they do the Newcastle season? You just don't know. And then obviously City will be City. They're not going to take their foot off the gas at all. So even just by that metric, if Arsenal want to win the league, they've got to find a way just to catch City and go past that level anyway, when Liverpool are going to be pushing for that and hopefully us. So I think a title charge for us is probably a little bit too early. But if, you know, like what you did last year, you get to certain points of the season, you go, hang on a minute, look at this. So I think it'll be...
You ain't us.
I think, well, I was saying to Turkish, what I do like though, is that, but it proves though, that we can mix it with you. Like, you're ahead of us in this development. When we played at the Emirates, it was close until the last minute. We beat you at Old Trafford. Exactly. We've come here today without our Onana ain't even played. We played with Tom Heaton, and he's pinging it out left, right, how we want to play. No striker, Sancho, false nine, and a young kid called Kobe Mainoo in the middle who ain't even made hardly any first team appearances. And we just ran up on Arsenal. Pre-season, that's what happened. So that shows that the levels ain't. That's why we're trying to say, like, you lot ain't done nothing yet with this run. You haven't won anything, so just chill out. Let's see what you do in the second season, because everyone's coming.